Okay, we did plenty of audio testing, so hello, good morning, good evening, good night, and good afternoon, everyone. It is I, your biggest fan of Warcraft, also known as the Chungus Darth Mechas, and as always with these segments, is my amazing co-host, Zealotjohn. Say hi, Zealotjohn.
Hello.
So when last we left off, we just finished the raid finale cinematic, and as is befitting this series, we find ourselves on what I have been informed is kind of the opinion of BFA, summed up in a video. Is that right? Or can you
Yep,
kind of better describe for me?
it pretty much is, and it's all presented as like one big joke because Captain Grimm just does some great videos for Warcraft, which will
All
be
right,
two
cool.
more for introductions to things for Shadowlands, just to give you a taste of things to come once
Oh
they get
no.
introduced.
All right, all right. So
Because
let's
I
watch
could
this.
not do it any better justice, honestly.
I get you. I
So
get
full
you.
credit to Captain
Why?
Grimm.
Excellent, Captain Grimm. I will be sure to try and give them a follow after. All right, let's watch this.
So
So, what
you
was that last? What was that sequence at the end with the what I can only describe as the Candy Crush sequence?
that was a world quest that you had to unlock a port, essentially play Candy Crush to unlock a treasure chest.
What?
Yeah,
And you're not kidding me.
I am not. No.
That's so weird. Like, I guess props to Blizzard for trying new stuff, but that's weird. Like, it's not as egregious as any of the other sins that they've done, but like, it's just weird. It's just very out of place. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and it was it was weird. Like BFA kind of had the opposite problem of Warlords Draenor, where in Warlords Draenor there was just nothing to do once you really caught up to the story. You're just kind of chilling and doing what you want, which is great if you're
Right.
that kind of player. In BFA, there was too much to do to stay caught up.
Right. Okay. So, Kaya says if you enjoyed enough, you can get it as a toy. That's cool. Like I said, like I think my biggest issue with BFA, I'm gonna try to from now on kind of analyze it as if I was playing an MMO, right?
Yeah.
So I think the problem for me with BFA would have been obviously the focus on Azurite. Like I don't necessarily mind that that's his whole thing. Like that's great, but like from what I understand, it seems like it took up way too much of the gameplay. Um, and I definitely think that a bigger focus on it being a battle for Azeroth rather than just, hey, explore these dungeons. Hey, do these things. But like actually have like, events where like you battle, NPCs, like, you battle enemy units and you actually progress on a battlefield. You know what I mean?
I mean, there were two of those,
Right,
and
that's
only
what I
two.
mean. But there were only two of them, right? And that was one per faction.
No, like it actually swapped back and forth where basically there's a whole sequence where it's like, okay, whoever was the one currently owning it would essentially get that zone as like an additional world quest zone to gather resources, while the other faction would then be able to pool resources together to start an assault, which then they would get the RTS ish
Right,
mode where then they would take the zone back from the other faction and then basically do that back and forth to each other.
right. And like, I think if I think if they took from Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne some inspiration, I think it could have been done a lot better. Because again, for those who don't know, and I probably mentioned this literally every slide I can think of, Frozen Throne, the bonus Founding of Durotar expansion in that game was essentially the prototype or the beginnings of World of Warcraft. They essentially made a very basic RPG in the RTS engine. And I think building an RTS game or perhaps more of a MOBA style game where like you just generate units, and you just fight with people kind of deal. Like I think that could have been fun. I just based on what you're telling me, it doesn't seem like it's a battle for Azeroth as much as it is a battle for these new locations. You know what I mean?
They weren't even new locations; they were actually pre-existing ones.
Right. I mean, in terms of being able to walk around them,
Yeah,
or were they already existing in previous
yeah,
expansions?
they were existing. They were actually existing since vanilla.
Oh shit. Well, I mean, but you get what I mean, though, right?
Yeah, like there was only the two. That's like barely anything.
Right. It's not
And
a battle. At most, that's maybe a skirmish. That's a
yeah,
skirmish or two.
pretty
You know,
much. Like the only
skirmish.
real battle was the War of Drazora lore, where King Rastakhan died. Like that was an actual war.
Oh yeah, that was pretty hardcore. And I think a lot of the characters that I've seen are really cool. I think visiting Jaina's mom, especially after everything that happened in Founding of Durotar, fucking great. You cannot tell me that Beware the Admiral's Daughter is not a fucking banger. You cannot say that to me without lying. That is just a dope ass song.
Everyone loves
Seeing
that.
Loa of Death, like there's a lot of cool shit in Battle for Azeroth,
Yeah,
but it just,
it had a
I
good
think,
basis, just really flopped in execution in several places.
right, and I think one of the biggest things for that is that they tried to do too much, like you mentioned. I think that that was the big problem, is that they just had too much, and I think instead of having a bunch of good things, they had a bunch of meh things,
And
with
now we're going
some
into an
good.
expansion where they don't even have the good basis.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
And I should note, like I need to remember how they said this. Like, Shadowlands is the ending of the saga that Arthas Menethil personally started.
What?
Yes.
For those who don't know, quoi means what in French?
Okay.
Make sure you have a counter if you don't have it already. Anyway, and I say that because the counter for whenever I say what or goddammit Blizzard or whatever you supersede or if you superimpose anything later in the YouTube video. All right.
Let's go.
This is the opening cinematic for Shadowlands.
Yep, and the announcement trailer.
All right. All right. I will say this for Shadowlands. I'm honestly very curious. That cinematic has got me very curious.
And that cinematic pissed off so many people.
Why though? It's like okay, maybe it's just because I don't know all the lore, but why did it upset people? I'm curious.
Like, all that crap Sylvanas somehow managed to pull out of her ass, basically. Because she's not
Okay,
magically
yeah,
gifted
yeah.
at all. She turned her physical body into a ghost or ethereal shape when that's literally just a corpse she's puppeting with her soul. Because she's a
Didn't she do
banshee.
that? Yeah, didn't she do that in Battle for Azeroth too, where she became that sort of banshee form?
Like, and that was assumed like she was kind of coming out of it while holding it, her body.
Okay,
Because she never actually let anything go through her when she did that.
gotcha. Okay,
But
okay.
but
I could see that because yeah, the shadow chains out of nowhere. I was like, what?
never explained
But
as to
like,
how she did it before. Never explained how she's able to, with her bare hands, have the strength to rip the Helm of Domination in half.
yeah. Okay, yeah. No, I get it.
It
I
literally,
absolutely
it
get it.
literally is like in on top of that being at the pinnacle of everyone just having the biggest hate boner for how Sylvanas is being treated as a character, with her just magically having all these powers and just can't be stopped because of her master plan kind of BS.
Right. Okay, that I get. That I do understand, and I'm assuming it's just going to get worse as more is explained to me because, quite honestly, I haven't been the biggest fan of Sylvanas' character for the last, I want to say, one, two, three expansions at least. Maybe more. I can't tell because it's kind of hard to keep track. But
Oh yeah, and just as a side note, we also one detail that I kind of skimmed over. Ice Crown Citadel
yeah.
is actually made out of Saronite, which is actually the blood of old gods.
Oh shit.
Because
Okay.
Yogg-Saron's blood actually leaked out of his prison, and they used that to build it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Hang on one second.
Yeah.
Headset in. And I am back.
Okay. So ready for the next
But
panel?
like, yeah, but I will say, like, besides that, that was more so for me, just because again of my knowledge of the lore. I
Yeah.
was like, okay, that's kind of some anime BS, but like Shadowlands and like there's this alternate reality that's connected most likely by death. Like I'm into that shit. Like I'm like, okay, I'm curious. Let's see what you're cooking here, Blizzard. And that's just kind of my initial impressions, just based on the opening cinematic here.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that maintains itself. Skywound. God damn it.
Yep.
God damn it. Is Azurite back? Is
No,
that
no, we don't have to deal
okay?
with Azurite. Something
Okay,
replaces it.
okay. Wait, what?
Yeah, we get a new resource that replaces Azurite.
Oh god damn it. Okay. I'll bite. What is it?
Uh, we'll go with that when it becomes relevant.
Okay, fair enough. Um but yeah, like the visual of like the frozen citadel having this sort of parallel like above it, like that's a really cool visual in my opinion. I like that visual
Yeah,
and I'm
it
very
is dope.
curious. So like as far as presentation goes, 9 out of 10 so far. So, Sky Wounds. All right, we're going to skip that. All right. Dark Abduction trailer.
Yep.
All right. Let's watch this. Did did he just get kidnapped?
Yep.
Well, okay then. All
Okay.
right.
So, because they don't ever show the rest of this anywhere, so the Rift of the Shadowlands has opened when the Helm of Domination was destroyed. Anduin,
Right.
Thrall, Jaina, and Bane were all kidnapped and taken.
Oh shit. Okay.
And
That's not good.
and the Scourge is no longer being controlled.
Okay.
So now all the undead that was being controlled by Bolvar are rampaging throughout the world.
Oh shit. Okay.
Terralion, the guy who we rescued from Legion that was part of the Army of Light, is now put in charge of Stormwind as the current human faction leader.
Okay.
And Nathaniel's Lightcaller decided, you know what, this looks like fun. I'm going to start killing more people.
Oh goody.
Yep. And we get another cinematic because this is pretty front loaded again.
All right. Jesus. Like that, like the choreography in that fight. Fucking dope, right?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? Why couldn't we have had that Tyrande in fucking Warcraft 3 Reforged? You know what I mean? Like,
Because she's a
holy
priest.
hell. I mean, I get that, but clearly, but anyone whose justification of us not getting a badass Tyrande is that she is a priestess has clearly never played D&D 5th edition with a group of clerics. Because clerics are some of the most broken fucking player classes in the fucking game. Not just for the sheer diversity, but for the sheer amount of stupidly fucking encounter breaking abilities that they have.
Yeah, but priests and clerics are two different things.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. But anyways, so I'm gonna read this just because it's short. There are issues in the afterlife. Uh-oh, afterlife spaghettios.
Yep.
That's not good.
Yeah, we're getting like 4 videos back to back, as these were ones that were used for advertisement for the push that also lead into the stories that are going to happen.
Right. I
And
get
look,
you.
it's a familiar face.
Woohoo! All
Do
right,
you
let's
recognize
pay.
the face?
I think her right here, if I remember,
No,
it's
front and
Mother.
center, right in the middle.
Wait a minute. Hang on, I'm racking my brain here. Is this someone that we genuinely haven't seen in a while, or is this someone we
Yes,
see on
someone
the
you have
regular that
not
I'm...
genuinely seen in a good long while.
Is it fucking... Oh fuck. Medivh? No,
No.
that's not Medivh. He doesn't have a mustache.
Medivh's not also
Um,
not dead.
huh?
The Medivh's also not dead.
Wait a fucking minute. I recognize that mustache and white hair combo. Is that fucking Uther?
Yes, it is.
What the okay, okay, okay. Should have seen that coming. Should have seen that coming. Wow.
Are you ready for
Okay.
this, man?
I don't know if I am.
Because we got 4 of these to deal with.
Oh, goody. All right, let's play this.
Light, save my soul.
Uther.
Where am I?
Welcome to Bastion. You led a truly selfless life, and for that, you have been chosen.
Chosen?
To shed your mortal burdens and join the ranks of the Ascended, serving to ferry the souls of the dead unto the Shadowlands.
I serve the light, and my work is not done. There is an evil that must be...
There is no evil here. The darkness was sealed within the Maw long ago.
You're wrong. He destroyed my home, murdered my people and my king. He must be punished.
You are an aspirant now. You must accept your new purpose and purge yourself of this desire for vengeance.
What I desire is justice.
Devos, why are you training this soul? It is beneath your station as a paragon.
He cannot let go. He continues to demand retribution for his death.
And this concerns you? Many souls take eons to ascend.
Yes, but this one seems broken, Thenios. Unlike any soul I have seen. I have begun to wonder whether he was deemed worthy of Bastion. By mistake.
Be careful, Devos. I would not let the Archon hear such a thought. In time, he will forget. Trust our ways. Trust the path.
Devos, how long must we train?
Until you are ready to ascend.
And what is keeping me from ascension?
Nothing but the memory of your mortal life.
How can I forget when I can still feel his blade?
Your soul is wounded? Who did this to you?
He was my student. He betrayed us all.
Show me. The runes on his blade were unmistakable. This dark agent runs free on a mortal world with the power of the Maw itself in hand. Our realm is imperiled.
Impossible. The Maw is inescapable. You must return to the path.
If he had purged his life, we never would have known of this calamity. The path is flawed!
Enough!
The order of the Shadowlands depends on the execution of our eternal charge. You will abandon this course.
As you command, my Archon. Uther! The time of your ascension has come.
I thought I was not ready.
Do you wish to see him punished?
I do.
Then prepare yourself. The moment he falls, we will claim him.
I see. Only darkness before me.
Now, cast him into the maw. Return him to the darkness he served. His eternal suffering awaits.
He was my student.
Remember what he did, and take your vengeance.
Not vengeance. Justice.
Does my boy Arthas, or does my boy Uther go through a villain arc? What?
Does he?
I'm not gonna lie, this is a pretty good twist so far. It may be controversial and it may be a hot take, but I kind of think that this is cool. Because I am very fond of seeing angelic figures fall from grace. I am very fond of that as a trope.
Oh, yeah,
Holy shit.
No, that was a good cinematic. Like, no one argues that. Like, that is some good shit.
And they brought back the original voice actor for Uther. That's so fucking good. Oh. What the fuck?
So, any questions about what happened?
So, basically, Uther went to heaven, right?
No, he went to Bastion.
And he was in training to become an angel. Like, I'm just equating it to terms I understand.
Okay.
He was training to become an angel. Turns out that Arthas has a blade carried by this maw, which is the opposite end of the spectrum of this bastion. And there was an angel lady who wasn't having that shit. And she had Uther cast him into the darkness. Holy shit. That's actually really cool.
Yep. Yeah, so she claimed that Frostmourne is from the Maw, which is the equivalent of hell.
Right. Which puts into perspective the whole concept of Titans and stuff. Like, so, is the Maw more powerful or less powerful than Titans?
Oh, this is like actual creation of the universe level shit. So this is beyond Titans. This is beyond
so the Maw is actually hell.
Yes.
It's not just, paraphrasing demons. No. The beings of the Maw are literal demons, as in such of the fallen Lucifer and whatnot. That's fucking dope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
no
am very
alternate
scared.
dimension. I made this realm to protect myself from daddy issues stuff. This is actual hell.
How did they fuck this up? How did they fuck this up?
It, it becomes obvious the further we get in.
I hate it because the setup, my guy, is 10 out of 10. We're actually dealing with hell. We get a name drop of the devil, or potentially the realm of the devil.
Oh, we get
How
his full
can you
name
go?
and everything, like,
Oh,
almost immediately.
how can you go wrong with this shit? Oh, fuck.
Very, very easily.
Oh,
Like,
I'm
okay, in
sad.
all argument,
Yeah, yeah.
just in all pretense of, or just of putting my foot forward on this one.
Yeah.
This is an expansion I quit.
Really?
Like, basically, actually, the first patch was fine. It was like
Right.
the launch was great. The first raid was pretty good, but then everyone quit. Like everyone just had enough, and second patch happened, and everyone just gave up more, and it became like a ghost land of players for a lot of people.
That makes me so sad because with what I've seen so far, this is shaping up to be a banger fucking story. Like that's what makes me so sad about this, and I'm so curious. I don't know whether it'll be just a situation where like I'm going to be the controversial one, or if it's just going to disappoint me so badly with how badly they fumble everything that they've been building because
Oh, they fumble it
fucking
hard.
fucking fallen angels, fucking Uther coming back, and since we've seen Uther, that means we may very well see Arthas again. Don't spoil me on that, but I'm just guessing here that, Arthas may be coming back. That means we have the potential to see fucking Cairn, fucking the troll guy. I can't think of his name right now because I'm just so
Vol'jin.
excited. Vol'jin, thank you. Like we have the potential to see so much cool shit.
And just as a heads up, the person in this one is Draka, Thrall's mom.
Oh shit. Okay. So this is Thrall's mother.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Like not alternate timeline. His legit actual gave birth to this one's mom.
Right. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Because
All
also
right.
to make things even weirder, all alternate timeline dimensions funnel into this as well.
Oh god.
Which does not play any part, that just got confirmed by Blizzard that all timelines feed into this singular instance of Afterlife.
That's a shit show to go over. But anyway,
Yeah.
let's watch the cinematic. Oh, let's fucking go. Oh god, another trope that I love, which is the good guy necromancer type of shit. So I'm assuming Maldraxxus is... What is Maldraxxus exactly? Or does that get better explained in later slides?
It doesn't. It's a bit of a weird situation where Maldraxxus doesn't. The closest afterlife it would actually relate to would be Valhalla, actually. Where
Okay.
it basically, like, all the warriors, spies, and basically people of military nature would get sent to in order to
Okay.
perfect their craft.
Okay.
And
So,
and all the
so
houses.
Bastion and Maldraxxus are types of afterlives, essentially.
Yes, and essentially Maldraxxus' whole path or goal is to act as the soldiers needed to protect the afterlife if anything were to happen.
Which it's going to, I'm assuming.
Yep, but as you notice, they're infighting now.
Right, okay. Interesting. Okay. Because I love that shit. Good guy corpses. Love that, love that, love that, love that. Holy shit.
So you like the
Thrall's
Necromancer
mom.
from Diablo, then?
Yes. Oh, I haven't had a chance to play that yet, but yes.
Which one?
I love
'Cause now
that
there's
shit.
3 Necromancers in Diablo.
I will say I have played in Diablo 3. I have played the Necromancer in Diablo 3, and I love that shit.
Yeah.
I I also loved playing the shaman in Diablo 3. Demon Hunter, Demon Hunter, Shaman, and Necromancer were my top 3 in Diablo 3. Um, dude, this is fucking dope. Like, fuck. I'm so sad because I'm either still going to love this and it is going to strain our friendship irreparably. And I kid when I say that, but like I might be the only one who likes the Shadowlands story, or I'm going to be so heartbroken that I will just hate everything for like a solid day and I don't know what's going to happen yet. Cuz like fuck. This is another banger fucking setup. We have possibly corrupted or fallen angels. We have Thrall's mother now leading a fucking undead army in hell, not hell. What the fuck? How did they drop the ball on this? Fuck.
Alright, and now we have Ardenweald.
Alright, and I assume that the afterlives that are mentioned are what's underneath, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And is this a person that we know or that I should remember?
No. This one's more of
Okay.
an explanation of the afterlife in this case. There is one
Okay.
character that gets brought up, but it's one of the wild gods it's Ursoc, the wild god who died in Legion.
Gotcha. Okay. But this character, but we don't know any of the characters really in this slide. Okay.
Correct.
Kaya says male presenting nipples. That's how. What?
Yeah. Those nipples are the hatred of the fan base.
Oh lord. Okay. All right, let's play this. Fucking fuck. Fucking oh, damn it. It's so good. It's so fucking good. Like, am I crazy, Zealot, for saying that all of these have been fucking bangers?
You are not.
Fuck. I hate it. I hate the tension. I hate it. I just want to know if I'll like all of it or when the fucking ball is gonna drop. It's so sad. It's the fairy realm dying. Fuck. It's so good.
Yeah. And
Fuck.
And just to add more context, that realm is the reason why gods and other entities of that level are able to come back.
Right. So it's essentially the afterlife for gods, or those particular types of gods. Like, fuck.
Yep.
Fuck. So good. Fuck.
Yeah, so now Ursoc's just gone.
Fuck. So we have Bastion, Maldraxxus, Ardenweald,
Yep.
and Rivendreth.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm ready. Let's watch this. Holy shoot. Like, that one is just kind of funny to me because, like, the music took me so off guard, right?
Yeah.
Because of all that we've seen. And it's just, oh, it's the peasantry rising up against the bourgeoisie. That's surprisingly refreshing. Like, what the fuck? Like, fuck. I'm just... I'm so sad. I'm so sad because I know I'm either going to be in a minority of opinions about this DLC, or again, and I cannot stress this enough, I am going to be so heartbroken.
Yeah, but now we're finally out of the videos.
Alright. Get us started, my guy.
Alright, so now we're going into the Shadowlands. The adventurers, along with the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, the knights of the Ebon Blade, Bolvar Fordragon, prepare to enter the Shadowlands using the rift Sylvanas herself created. After Tyrande runs in ahead, seeking revenge.
God damn it,
Before everyone was
Tyrande.
ready.
I mean, I get it, Tyrande, but god damn it.
Yeah. So that
Valid.
happens. And
Oof. That's such a beautiful scene, though. Holy shit.
welcome to the Maw.
So this is the Maw. This is hell,
Yes.
essentially. And so let me make sure I got this right. We have 4 different planes of existence. We have the Bastion, which seems kind of more celestial in nature.
Yep.
We have Maldraxxus, which is kind of like an undead necromancer Valhalla.
Yep.
We have the Ardenweald, which is essentially the Feywild mixed with heaven, with
Yeah.
elements of
Druid
reincarnation
heaven.
in it. Yeah. And then we have Revendreth.
Rivendreth. Yep.
Revendreth, which is kind of more hell than hell
Kind of Hell
with
Junior.
vampires. Kind of Hell Junior with vampire elves.
Yeah, where they essentially will torture and rehabilitate souls that don't quite deserve to go to actual hell.
Right. Okay.
Which Garrosh apparently belongs in Rivendreth.
Which begs the fucking question: who the hell belongs in hell if Garrosh doesn't belong there? Like, that's a very good question. Like, am I the only one asking that question?
No.
Like, what? What the fuck?
Because you saw
All
where
right.
Arthas got thrown.
Yeah. Well, shit.
And that's a whole can of worms right there.
Okay.
Okay. Well, shit. They arrived in the Shadowlands, trapped in what they discovered is the Maw. The knights are struggling to put up against the endless armies of the Maw, ruled by the jailer. After some sneaking, they managed to find and rescue Jaina, Anduin, and Thrall. We also learned that Sylvanas has been serving the jailer this whole time.
Okay.
Yep. They then encounter the jailer, who then throws Bane off a cliff. And it's the weirdest fake out ever, as he's just fine and he joins the party 2 minutes later.
Of course, he's a fucking bullman. You think tossing that bastard off a cliff's gonna kill him?
They,
Nah,
there's
you
even
need to.
There's even a whole cinematic of it happening, too, to make it seem like he actually died.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay.
And there's also like this whole quest where we help Thrall get a weapon, but he's like super picky about it because he keeps finding swords, but he wants an axe.
God damn it, Thrall, you picky bastard.
Yep.
I mean, I get it. Axes are pretty dope, especially in the hands of an orc. But like, as a Frostmourne simp, I gotta say, swords are pretty peak.
Yep. And then Helya attacks.
Also, I want to pause real quick because Kaya just put it perfectly. Too much hilt, not enough shaft.
I don't know, there's a video making fun of it where it's like, why would anyone use a spear? There's too much shaft and not enough tip.
Anyway.
Yep. So Helya attacks, but they escape.
And Helya is the leader of the Valkyrie people that Sylvanas originally subjugated, or whatever. Am I remembering that right?
It's not like this whole fucking thing where it just makes no sense whatsoever now, because there's like so much retconning that happens in this fucking expansion. I fucking...
Okay, but was I at least right in what I remembered?
Yeah,
I'm
like
trying
she
to
was
remember
responsible with help. She was the first Valkyr that Odin made against the world.
Okay. Okay.
And then they eventually find a stone that reacts to the adventure, and the jailer sends everything to attack them.
Well, of course, they found the MacGuffin.
Yep, and now we get another cinematic. A shorter one.
Oh,
this
goody.
time.
Oh, goody. So, is it weird to say that cinematic kind of turned me off? Because, like, that was a weird combination of the goofy, lips don't sync, clearly made in the in-game engine cinematics with, like, quality polished ones, and it kind of looks like trash. Like, is that a weird take to make?
Oh, no, that was an in-game cinematic.
No, okay, so that was in-game using the engine. Okay.
Yes, it was.
So they've clearly upped their game since the last in-game cinematic. Like,
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about, though?
Yep.
When I say, like, the in-game, like, the lips never match up. Okay. So that's why it looked weird. It just looked weird.
And look at what Kaya has to say.
Now, hang on. Let me rewind the video here. Because I don't think I noticed.
Is
What? Those aren't even nipples. That's just the texture. What?
yeah, the jailer.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that is the big bad of the expansion.
You're kidding me.
No.
That's the big motherfucker. Okay, I see. So they literally dropped the ball. Got it.
Yeah,
Fucking hell.
it only gets worse from here.
We get. Okay, so let me see if I. Because I think I figured out why everyone hates this expansion, right?
Yeah.
So we get a questionable but pretty decent opening trailer, right?
Yep.
Obviously, Sylvanas has bullshit powers, but the idea that there is something beyond the Lich King, despite how shenanigan it is, fucking cracking the crown, it's dope, right?
Yeah.
Right. We get this fucking storm that encases the fucking world. It's a world-ending apocalypse. Anduin gets fucking kidnapped along with every other major hero because shenanigans. We have this fucking fight between Sylvanas' lieutenant, former lieutenant,
Her boyfriend.
and Tyrande.
Boy toy.
Her boyfriend. Her boy toy. Yeah, that's basically it. We get Sylvanas' boy toy fucking fighting Tyrande, who is absolutely 110% done with all of this shit, and you in particular. And then we get arguably what I would say are 4 of the best of those types of cinematics where they're hand-drawn and not like animated. Like they're animated, but they're not like digitally animated.
The moving comics.
Right? Yeah, the moving comic, essentially. Arguably, I would say that those 4 are the best I have seen so far in terms of content, in terms of presentation, and mind you, one of the comic ones is the Admiral's daughter, okay? Top 5, those 4, and then the Admiral's daughter, alright? We have all this fucking build-up, all this fucking hype, and then we get that.
Yeah, we immediately escape hell. Before we even level up once.
In character, if you ever do decide to add a goddammit Blizzard counter, I'm just giving you a moment to get it set back up and do an animation or whatever you end up doing. And then now, 3, 2, 1, say it with me now. God damn it, Blizzard. Fuck. With a name like the Jailer, that sounds kind of kick-ass, right? Because it's hell. Of course the bad guys are going to be in there. Of course they need a Jailer. You had all that perfect build-up.
The name actually makes no fucking sense. Once we actually get into more backstory shit.
I'm saying for what I know right now, the Jailer sounds like a fucking badass name. That's what I'm saying right now. Like, you haven't... Like, just imagine, right? Like, you're new to this player and you get reference to someone called the Jailer. Fuck, that sounds like a badass name. And that's the first fucking cinematic we see in addition to all that other shit? What the fuck?
Oh, that wasn't the first cinematic, but like that was like the only one relevant enough to really put in.
What the fuck?
And he shows up in all of them, and he looks exactly the same in all of them.
I need a minute.
Enjoy your view of Oribos while we take that minute.
Yeah, Oribos is nice. It's blue. It's lovely. Blue calms me. Blue makes me at peace. You know, it's a good color. I like blue.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why I honestly like the Blizzard logo, because it was blue for the longest time. I wonder if there's a connection that I haven't put together, but anyway. Remember when Lords of Draenor made me upset?
Yeah.
Remember when Battle for Azeroth kind of made me upset?
Yeah.
This is
You're
it,
gonna miss
Zealot.
those times.
Yeah. I'm more disappointed than I am upset. Do you hear that, Blizzard? For the first time, I'm disappointed in you. Because...
I'm ready for you to get to the upset part.
Oh God! Don't say that shit, you
Dude,
sadistic
I
madman,
knew,
you.
like, dude, I'm the one who.
All right, we're back, everyone. I
The jailer crashed his PC.
Yeah, no, the jailer was not happy with my very not amused opinion of him, apparently, and my PC just went to the oops, we need to restart screen, and I'm like, oh, okay, well then, shit. But we are back. We're gonna be on for about another. Hang on, what time is it? It is
7:12 for me.
7:12. Okay, yeah. So about another 28 minutes or so. So we're just gonna try to get through what we can here. Rest assured, I have had enough time to cool down. Oribos.
Yep,
Zealot, if you'd be
Oribos.
so kind. Oribos. My apologies.
Yep, I know a pretty good stopping spot once we get there.
Perfect.
So, Oribos, the nexus point of the afterlife.
Okay.
So the adventurer, the only person who is able to escape, is greeted at Oribos, where the caretakers greet them and question why a living being has arrived at the nexus of the Shadowlands. After learning what happened, the adventurer is then called the Maw Walker.
Oh.
So you're also the special chosen one who happens to be the only person who's able to go back and forth between the Maw at will.
Ah, Mr. MacGuffin, I see you have arrived with your party of one.
Yep. The Mawwalker is then directed to visit the other sections of the Shadowlands, as the Arbiter has been destroyed, and the souls are no longer going to where they should be, and in turn, Enma is no longer being created or used to sustain the Shadowlands.
Oh.
Which,
Well, shit.
and it should be noted that the Arbiter, which was essentially a giant computer robot thing, was destroyed when a giant fucking baby got sent through there and destroyed it because the baby was too big and powerful.
Oh, goody. Okay.
And the giant baby was Argus. The Titan Argus from Legion.
Of course.
Yep.
God damn it, Blizzard. Okay.
You never thought that, oh, we just killed a baby and sent it to the afterlife would destroy the afterlife.
You know, it's not really one of the stupidest things I've heard involving the afterlife, but you know what? It's fine.
It's up there.
It's fine.
Just wait until you find out that these are not the only 4 afterlives and that there's actually an infinite amount of them, but these are the only 4 left because of the anima drought.
The world builder in me is crying out, Zealot. I want you to know
it is
that.
never brought up in actual detail. That's as much detail as we get of it.
That's... Gang, I want you to know something, right? I plan on hopefully at some point running a D&D game with my friend Zealot here in my homebrew world, Anduin. It's a nice world. I took a lot of real-world inspiration from it. You know, there's this realm that's basically an archipelagos based on kind of Asia, where, you know, there's mangrove and, you know, dinosaurs and shit, right?
Yeah.
There's basically vampire Russia with this whole conflict in Ukraine even getting some inspiration with there being a splinter faction. There's the Holy Roman Empire, all that good shit. So when I tell you, Zealot, that the world builder in me is crying out bloody murder right now, I want you to understand why that is. All right? Like, oh, it just makes me so sad. And the worst part is, right? The worst part is there is so much cool lore that has been established from World of Warcraft that if they ever restarted the RTS, it would be such a banger RTS. Because there's so much good lore, but there's also so much shit.
Yeah. And just as another note to add in there, for the Arbiter being broken. Since the Arbiter is broken, every soul after Argus has automatically been sent to the Maw.
right.
I was about to
Okay.
ask if you crashed again.
No, no, I'm good. I'm ready to continue. They start with the Bastion,
Yep.
as some of the Maw forces had
Kyrian.
Kyrian assistance.
Yep.
Huh.
So now, Bastion.
Uh, I'm sad. I'm scared. I don't want to be disappointed with this. Uther came back. He's vengeful. I hate it.
Alright. So, the Mallwalker arrives, and everyone kept telling him that everything's fine and dandy. Even Uther was like, it's all cool, bro. No, he did not use those exact words.
Right.
Crestia, the firstborn, lets the Mallwalker look around to make sure everything is just good. The Mallwalker
Okay.
then gets choked out by some angel girls as they fly around and train.
Mommy? Sorry.
But then discover a conspiracy to betray Bastion.
Oh, goody.
And then the undead attacked and Maldraxxus attacked Bastion for some reason.
Oh, goody.
So the Mallwalker goes to Maldraxxus to find out what happened, as they are to defend the Shadowlands, not attack it.
Right.
So Maldraxxus.
Also, I see where the fucking Scourge got their ziggurat design from.
Yeah.
Or the fucking Black Citadels.
Yeah.
Which were fucking dope, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Mallwalker arrives in Maldraxxus and is immediately found in the middle of a war. The three remaining houses are fighting for power and survival as they try to discover which one is the real betrayer.
Alright.
After being led to the House of the Chosen, it's discovered that the Primus, who is the leader and top authority of Maldraxxus, has been missing for decades. Possibly hundreds of years. They never actually specify how long they've been gone. He's just been gone. But discovered a message about the jailer's imprisonment in the Maw and what is needed to be done to prevent him from returning to power.
Alright.
And I can either give you what the message is now or later, depending on what you want. How
Let's
you want to be.
let's do later. Let's
Okay.
let's put that off.
Alright, the Mawwalker is then sent to Ardenweald to speak with the Winter Queen to give her the warning message.
Ah, she's called the Winter Queen too. Fuck. I want to enjoy all of this. Fuck.
So, Ardenweald. The Mawwalker arrives in Ardenweald, and everything seems fine. But shortly after walking through, they come across the Drust, who have invaded Ardenweald somehow and is taking the animal for themselves.
Okay, Blizzard. Color me impressed. That was a twist that I was not seeing coming.
Yeah, the Drust from BFA show up again.
Well, shit.
They find a wild seed that turns out to be the soul of Ysera, who is then revived as a guardian of Ardenweald. The green dragon that died in Legion.
Right.
Yep, so then the Mawwalker assists in pushing back the Drust for now. When approached by the Winter Queen, she is unwilling to assist as she needs to focus on the anima shortage and the protection of Ardenweald. She then sends the Mawwalker to Rivendreth to find out why they've not been getting the anima.
Which is this place.
Yep. The Mawwalker arrives and is immediately greeted by those in power and is brought to Lord Denathrius. He tells the Mawwalker of the anima shortage caused by all the souls being sent to the Maw instead since the Arbiter broke. But when a powerful young chaotic soul was sent to the Shadowlands a short year and a half ago.
Oh, goody.
Yeah, this much damage because the Arbiter's been broken for a year and a half.
Jesus. Okay.
They have been rationing anima as needed, causing rebellion to form, causing them to waste more anima on the issue.
Oy vey.
Yep, and now Sinfall. It turns out this is all a lie, and Denathrius has been stockpiling all the anima for himself and the nobles. The Sinfall Resistance asks for help for rescuing his allies from Torghast. The Mawwalker returns to the Maw and enters the impenetrable, inescapable, infinite prison Torghast. He rescues the allies and returns to Rivendreth.
Because of course he does. Because he's Mr. MacGuffin, or she's Mrs. MacGuffin, or they're the MacGuffin.
Yep.
Okay.
So, Denathrius then dumps all of the anima directly into the maw, causing it to grow, stating his loyalty to the jailer.
Oh shit.
The Mawwalker joins the rebellion and returns to Orvos to tell of what they've learned. And the Mawwalker is then to choose one of the Covenant factions to ally and gain their favor and power.
Oh shit. Okay.
And at this
All
point,
right,
you hit level cap.
that's another plot twist. That's another plot twist I didn't see coming. I thought it was just greedy fucking nobles, but okay.
Yep. And at this point, you hit level cap, and now you get split into one of 4 plot lines to follow.
Oh god. Champion, forget anima. What the Shadowlands truly need is Azerite,
Yep.
not Magni. God damn it. Alright, is this the stopping point, or...
Yeah, pretty much here's like the good stopping point where we can watch the video just to get the general impression of what people thought of the Covenants.
Yeah, alright, so let's watch that then. Oh my god, that was so funny! Oh my god. That was so good!
So your thoughts on the Covenants and the player out you put on them?
Yeah, so... I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of fun. That's kind of fun. Why the fuck are they all furries? God damn it. And then the fucking... Oh, I felt the Bastion one so hard. That took me so off guard. Angel Muscle Mommy, please. Yes.
You thought I was kidding about getting choked out by them?
Oh no! I wasn't expecting that. I really wasn't. I thought that was just hyperbole for something.
No, whenever they fly you around, they grab you by the neck and take off.
What the?
And me playing a gnome, just picturing her flying around with a gnome by the neck.
Oh god, just imagine if she had like a fucking Tauren or one of those big burly races. Like a fucking gnoll. Fuck. Or, no, a Worgen. Sorry.
I mean, you can do it. It's still there.
Oh, God.
But yeah, the furry
that's
thing
so...
is because depending which covenant you pick, you get 2 abilities. One based on your
Gotcha.
class, and one everyone just gets. And the one that you get for joining the Night Fae turns you into a spirit animal for a little bit for a speed boost.
That's fucking crazy, though. So I'm assuming that, based on whatever class you pick, you have benefits for joining a certain, like, sub-faction. Like, I imagine Rangers and Druids do better with the Ardenweald, Paladins, like, etc., I'm assuming.
Pretty much. Because I think the Druid's best one, like, most of the Druid's best ones was Rivendreth, actually.
What?
That's
weird.
It did vary depending on what spec you were, because it gave you the same ability no matter which spec you are. So it benefited you differently with each one.
Okay.
Like, I know the Monk's best one was the Necrolords.
That's weird.
Yeah, and some of these abilities ended up being kept for the next expansion as like a baseline thing you could just get.
God, this expansion, I'm so conflicted on it. I think I'm more conflicted on this one than I was for Battle of Azeroth, right? Because again, I cannot stress this enough. We have so much good lore established. Like those videos got me fucking pumped to watch it, right?
Yep.
And it's like, okay, there are these different afterlives depending on what type of soul you are. It depends, and they also have different functions, you know, one's to defend the planes, one's to uphold justice, all that shit. And then we see Uther fucking tossing Arthas into the maw, because why the fuck not? And, like, fuck. And then we see the jailer. And that just made me sad, man.
Yep.
The jailer just made me sad, bruh.
You want you want to hear the message now before we head off, just so you could cool down from it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we actually have the jailer's real name. It's Zoval.
God, that's such an underwhelming name.
And he actually used to be the Arbiter.
Okay, interesting.
But the four leaders, the Primus, the Winter Queen, the
Archon.
the Archon, and Lord Denathrius, ended up sending him to the Maw because he decided because the jailer figured out a way to make the afterlife and everything better, in his opinion, and everyone disagreed with him. So they kicked him out of the Arbiter, replaced him with the robot, sent him to the Maw to trap him there forever. And ever since then, he's been planning his escape. To
Of course
put
he
his
has.
plan through.
Of course he has.
So that makes the
God.
name, the jailer, make even less sense, because he's a prisoner of the Maw, not the jailer.
God damn it, Blizzard. This is what upsets me the most about Shadowlands, is because it had easily the potential to be one of the best of the expansions thus far.
You
And
had
they
potential
fu-
Satan.
Yes. Alright. I'm done. I'm done with this bullshit.
Yeah, I figured that message would help out quite a bit more for you now, before having to start off on that foot.
Hello, good morning, good evening, good night, and good afternoon, everyone. It is I, your slightly upset Chungus, also known as Darth Mechas, and y'all may be wondering why I'm slightly upset. So good news, bad news. I'm not copyright strike. You know, the companies haven't come down and, tossed me in the well of cease and desist, or whatever you want to call it. But it turns out that I had set it up so that way if Twitch detected anything that could even remotely be copyright stroke, it would preemptively disable the ability to upload videos. So, at least as far back as a month, my videos haven't been uploading. Any of them, not just the Warcraft ones. So that's got me a little miffed. So what we're gonna try to do this time is for any of the official cinematics, I'm just gonna, mute the video. I'm gonna mute the audio, because I think you still want to watch, and definitely get the reactions afterwards. I think most of these have subtitles on them, so it shouldn't be
Yeah, they should
terrible.
have closed caption.
It shouldn't be terrible, but it's just a decision I'm making just because I don't want to I don't want to run the risk of disabling that system and then actually getting in trouble.
Yeah.
I do think it's a great system, and Blizzard, I'm sure, loves the free advertising, so I'm sure nobody directly from them means anything wrong, but it's just, why take that risk when it's so easy to avoid?
Yeah.
And again, this isn't shade on Blizzard or anyone. It's just me being frustrated that because the notifications are so freaking tiny and I have a bad time remembering to check them, months of content is just gone. So that's why I'm a little out of it. But we're going to push on. We're going to watch this. We're going to learn more about the dirty Warcraft history. And God help me, we're still in the fucking Shadowlands. All right. Let's get on with this, shall we?
Yep, because we finally got out of the leveling process and now into the actual continuation of the plot.
Da da da.
Because, yeah, all that up to picking your covenant was literally the leveling to level cap.
What?
Yeah, the rest of this happens after you hit level cap in Shadowlands.
So you physically cannot progress with the story until you reach level cap?
Well, it's designed to have you hit level cap before you hit this point.
That's so weird. Like, I'm glad it's not a requirement, but it's still really weird that it makes you go through all that work.
Yeah. But yeah, so
All right.
a lot of shit happens here.
All right.
So throughout the time, and this is just like a brief overview of things that just kind of happen because every story goes through these details and just get it all out in one go because there's going to be 4 stories here.
Right.
So throughout the time of the Shadowlands, the Maw-Walker returns to Torghast regularly and rescues more trapped souls, eventually rescuing Bane, Jaina, and Thrall from Torghast as well. The Maw-Walker also finds the Rune Carver, a being who has been imprisoned for countless years with no memories of their own, but it turns out is the creator of rune carving.
That tracks, being called the Rune Carver and all.
Yep. And next panel actually is a picture of the Rune Carver.
Oh shit, that's actually a really fucking cool design.
Yeah.
God, like Shadowlands is one of those expansions so far where like it has such good fucking ideas.
And we fuck it up every time.
And then they just fuck it up so hard. Like I love Warcraft, but god damn. That's so fucking cool though, with the elongated finger, the blue, the more blue. Gotta love blue.
Yeah, but but here's something to mention here.
Yeah.
What's on Frostmourne?
That. Okay. Interesting.
You are not liking where that's bolding.
I'm indifferent. Not quite hating it, but not quite loving it. I'm curious to see what the implications end up being.
Yep. And now Captain Grim video of how the fan base basically took Torghast.
All right, and this is a YouTube video, so I am going to keep the audio active for this one.
Yeah, this one's more of a joke video from Captain Grim.
Yeah, and if I end up getting that notice again, then I guess we're just not going to have any audio for any of the videos. So we'll see what happens with this one. Oh God! But that bit at the very end where he's like, "I'm never coming back." Oh, who am I kidding? I'll be back here next week.
Yeah, they literally have had a system in there that made us have to do it every week.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's actually
and you
crazy.
had to do it to be competitively viable for raids.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Alright, joining the Necrolords.
Yeah, so from here, you basically have to pick which... Okay, because from here, you have to pick which covenant you end up joining, and so we're going to be doing 4 different stories in a row here. All that happen alongside each other. And the first 2 I have personally done, so I have more intimate knowledge on these.
Okay.
So, because I did the Necrolords and the Night Fae.
Okay.
So, starting with the Necrolords. So, Maw-Walker joins the Necrolords to help defend the House of the Chosen, as the House of Constructs and Rituals are at war, sieging the seat of the Primus, who is still missing.
Okay.
They rescue the Construct Builders, who are unwilling to fight in the war, as they join the House of the Chosen. So, basically being able to make abominations out of all the dead bodies of the souls. I'm not entirely sure how that works.
Okay.
The Maw-Walker is joined by Baroness Vosh, who you would remember as the Naga who helped Illidan.
Oh. Huh.
Yep. She's here too.
Oh, shit.
Happy to see her again?
I'm not unhappy. It's just really random.
That she's here along with Thrall's mom?
Yeah. A little bit.
There's going to be a bunch of that.
I mean, I'm a man of culture. Snake Mommy is Snake Mommy, but it's just weird.
Yeah, but is she still Snake Mommy when she's Bone Snake?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, she is.
Alright. So they scavenge the remains of the house
let me emphasize something to you and the chat, and I'm talking to you, chat, right? Snake Mommy is not a state of being, it is an idea. Alright? It transcends life and death. Alright? All it means when she's made of bones is I get to rattle them. That's it.
Oh, God.
Continue.
All right.
Listen, man, you agreed to this. I am a thirsty motherfucker, both literally and metaphorically.
Yes, you are. All right.
I say as I drink my water. Okay, I'm good. I'll stop. I'll stop.
All right. So, continuing from here. So, they go to the remains of the House of Plagues that blew up in that first cinematic.
Right.
Eventually rescuing a few survivors, as well as getting a lich from the House of Rituals to join the House of the Chosen.
This isn't Kel'Thuzad, is it?
No, liches are just a thing here.
Okay, but are they the same? Like, are they just basically skeletal orcs and shit? Like they were in Warhammer 3? Or, not Warhammer 3, Warcraft 3. God damn it.
Yeah, they basically recycled the same model.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then they steal the necropolis of the Primus from the House of Rituals, who, for some reason, had it, as well as some of his armor. Because turns out they can try to use the armor to get more of a message from the Primus.
Okay.
Next panel.
Okay.
The Mawwalker returns to Bastion to help fight the invading Maldraxxus army with the help of Morgan, the Death Knight, who, after the fight, recounts his life and everything and wondered what he could have done to change it if he had the power. Like,
Okay.
it became a very big, introspective life of him because he was involved with the corruption of Ashbringer back then.
Yeah.
Bastion then assists the Mawwalker and the House of the Chosen to assault the House of Constructs, eventually killing Margrave Garmel, who is essentially the leader of the House of the Constructs.
Right.
Ending the House of Constructs completely, only to discover that they were fooled by the House of Rituals, who is working with Denathrius.
Remind me, who's Denathrius again?
Leader of the Venthyr who sided with the jailer.
Okay.
The big vampire guy.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. You gotta dumb it down for me sometimes, because, like, there are a lot of names and I can't keep track, especially if... Because, like...
There's also been a
they're
leak
all such...
since we
Yeah.
started Shadowlands.
Yeah, so...
Because even with how dense this is actually cutting out a lot of in-between shit.
And that's wild to me, because, like, it's still hard to keep track of some of this lore.
Because some of these paragraphs are, like, hours worth of quests.
That's crazy to me. That's fucking insane.
Oh yeah, you'll like the next paragraph.
Alright.
The Mawwalker and Draka go to Rivendreth to work with one of the great sinners who is repenting, who happens to be Kel'Thas.
Oh shit! Is he fucking oh god, he's the blood elf.
Yep.
Who helped Illidan. That's dope. I liked him. I liked his story.
Yep. So he's in Rivendreth as one
That's
of the
dope.
big sinners who they ended up torturing for more anima.
That's dope.
Well, did you figure he'd go there?
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
I mean, he did kind of betray, the Alliance and did a bunch of shit.
Oh, funny thing is, if you actually side with Rivendreth, there's a quest where you literally just all you do is just call him out on his bullshit. That's the entire quest. And you can even like call him on shit he didn't do it, and he'll slap you back for it.
That's dope.
Yeah. Yeah, so they fought several necromancers and eventually found out who was in charge of the House of Rituals.
Alright. Desalich.
That's Kel'Thuzad.
No shit. My boy Kel'Thuzad is back?
Yep.
You want to talk about You want to talk about goats. Kel'Thuzad was the goat. Like, Arthas' story was fucking amazing and heart-wrenching. Kel'Thuzad is just a boss. For those who don't know, I'm going to detour for a little bit. Kel'Thuzad was one of the first antagonists in the original Warcraft 3 campaign, specifically when you started off as the humans. Spoiler warning, he was the one who orchestrated Ner'zhul's will to orchestrate basically the events that started Warcraft 3 and led onwards, right? Like, that's a very fair assessment.
Yeah.
And My man was dead for about half of the campaign following, and he talked so much shit about the Dreadlords. Like, I just like him. I just think he's a fun character. Anyway.
Alright, final panel. Kel'Thuzad! Kael'thas took this personally. As a servant of the Lich King, is troubling him even now in death. So they find more armor of the Primus and prepare for his return. The Mawwalker then dressed up as one of Kel'Thuzad's favorite students/underlings to sneak in to learn of his plans and read his personal library to find out that he's been researching the jailer and have captured Kyrians.
What are Kyrians again?
The ancient people from Bastion.
Gotcha. Angel people. Okay, yeah.
Everyone then bands together to assault Kel'Thuzad, but he is too powerful in the realm of death. But the assault itself was a distraction to rescue Margrave Sindain, who is actually the real leader of the House of Rituals that Kel'Thuzad just temporarily overthrew and imprisoned.
Right.
Only for the jailer to pull Kel'Thuzad into the maw, preventing his death for now.
Is that a common theme that villains just get pulled into the maw? Is that a common theme with this expansion?
There's actually more information that kind of comes out from this interaction that kind of got left out because this is something I kind of need to go over with you a bit more in detail here.
Gotcha.
So
also, before we go to the next slide, I just want to imagine, right, that you mentioned that they dressed up as one of his favorite students/underlings. Imagine a fucking anime or an isekai or a show, right?
Yep.
Where it's just a university and Kel'Thuzad is the fucking headmaster. Are you telling me you would not want to watch that shit?
I mean,
like,
do you really want to see all the fucked up shit he does?
Yeah.
But here's the thing that we end up finding out when he gets pulled into the realm of the Maw.
Is this on the next slide, or
it
is
is
this
not
just
on the
random
next
info?
slide. This is something you kind of need to hear.
Yeah. Okay. Context.
Yeah,
It's important, everyone.
That gets brought up.
Yeah.
Turns out Kel'Thuzad has always been working with the jailer the whole time.
God damn it, Blizzard. God damn it.
The Cult of the Damned was the jailer.
No! God.
And literally it was orchestrated to make Arthas the Lich King.
And there goes the happy thoughts.
Yep.
God fucking damn it, Blizzard.
And that is the Necrolord campaign.
That's... Can I just not acknowledge it as canon and just pretend I never heard any of that?
Everyone does.
Okay. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, Zealot. My ears just suddenly went out because of bullshit. What's the next slide here?
Now we're starting the Night Fate campaign.
Woohoo! What an awesome end to the Necrolords!
Yeah. Kel'Thuzad just calls us a bitch and runs away with his tail between his legs.
As he should.
Yep.
Next.
Alright, so the Mawwalker joins the Night Fae and learns Ardenweald is in charge of the Wild Seeds, using Anima to revive the spirits of nature from death, including the Wild Gods and the Loas.
Oh shit. And Loa, for those who may not know, they're basically like the troll gods, right?
Yep.
Like specifically of the troll faith?
Yep, the troll voodoo gods, pretty much.
Yeah.
The next panel is like everyone's personal favorite part about the Night Fae campaign.
Okay.
The Mawwalker puts on a middle school level play for Yrsa and the Winter Queen about what happened since Yrsa's death.
I beg your fucking pardon. Say that sentence again with a straight face.
The Mawwalker puts on a middle school level play for Yrsa and the Winter Queen about what has happened since her death.
This is a good goddamn Blizzard. Goddamn it, Blizzard. I love it.
Yeah, because, like, you even reenact Sargeras stabbing Azeroth with the sword. The fight with Argus. defeating the Emerald Dream being rescued and Xavius being killed once and for all. And she was like,
This.
oh. Like, at first, everything's like, good, okay, this is good, everything went well. Then Sargeras is stabbing the planet, and she's like, oh dear God, what is going on? And then one person who's helping you put on the play is like, luckily it hit nothing of any actual importance, and no one was harmed by the sword.
Right.
It was like, okay.
Like, so, I'm sorry, I just want to interrupt you real quick, and
Yeah.
I just want to go on a quick tangent. Like, that's another common thing I'm noticing about the Shadowlands specifically, is that just as many moments as I hate and loathe in this setting, there are so many fun, amazing, cool, and sometimes quirky and stupid ideas that are so fucking good. A fucking middle school play talking about Ysera, who, if I remember correctly, is the Emerald Dream, right?
Yes.
She's the leader of the Emerald Dream.
The
How
leader
is
of the
that
Green
not
Dragonflight.
fucking... Right. But how is that not fucking gold? Like, I want to see this shit.
Oh, the next detail is actually what solidifies people's enjoyment of this.
Right.
Because the War of Thorns was what happened right after Sargeras stabbed the planet.
Right.
And you remember what happened at the end of that? The burning of teldrassil.
Yeah.
And she was very in league with the druids, who mostly were night elves.
Right.
So you literally have to reenact the burning of the tree, where you actually put a torch to like a picture of it, and everyone just watches in silence as you do it. And then there's just one person who just pokes up and asks one question.
Okay.
Has anyone noticed no one from there came here?
Oh no. Oh wait, I gotta say it in my meme voice. Hang on. Oh no.
Yeah, but like everyone just had the realization, like all these dead people all just got sent directly to the maw.
Oh, and okay, see, that's why she burned it. Okay.
Because anything that happened after we fought Argus, anyone who died went straight to the maw. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Now see, as much as I hate Sylvanas' character arc, this actually explains a shit ton about the burning of the tree. I thought she was just being a dick, but she's serving a master. Okay. Hot take. That actually is pretty cool. That's actually a really fun twist, in my opinion.
Yeah, only
as
thing
controversial
is that
of a hot
didn't
take
come
as
up
that
until
is.
after this expansion really.
Right.
So literally, this is them writing in recovery mode, as far as we're concerned.
Right. Which is still meh of them, but that's, like, on paper, that's a pretty cool concept. She burns down the tree. We think it's because she hates the living. No, she's feeding her master. That's dope. I like that. Doesn't change the fact of Shadowlands as a whole, but that's a pretty cool touch.
Yep. Yeah.
Like I said, that's a hot take.
Yeah. So then everyone becomes horrified as they realize they have not seen anyone who has died from these stories, realizing they all went to the maw. Then the Maw Walker with Chandris Feathermoon searches for Tyrande in the maw.
Have we heard the name Chandris Feathermoon?
I believe she's the first elf paladin, or night elf paladin from Legion.
Okay. Cool. So they're looking for Tyrande.
Yep. They find her rampaging through Torghast endlessly, as there's nothing that can stop her in there.
Jesus, she's just on a fucking warpath.
Well, given like how much the play and how often the Maw Walker just goes in and out of there.
Yeah.
She has the Maw Walker return the few hundred souls to Ardenweald that she ended up recovering during her rampage. So she's actually doing work.
Oh shit, okay.
And then Baswandi arrives in Ardenweald to ask the Maw Walker to check on the Loas being revived, as he wants to make sure balance is kept. And the Winter Queen has kicked him out of Ardenweald and won't let him back in, so we have to do it for him.
Right.
And they discover Hakar's missing.
Hakar is
The Blood Loa, the one that we keep that keeps getting brought back to life, and we kill him with food poisoning and stabbings.
Okay, not the tree. The other guy, the other troll.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. My boy Vol'jin! Yay!
Yep, they take Vol'jin's remains to call his spirit to have a talk with him and get more information from someone who has been dead, but his soul is missing. And now Baswamdi is scared of what his boss will do to him now that he lost a soul.
I'm sorry, Baswamdi has a boss?
Yep, literally gets brought up this expansion.
Okay, color me intrigued.
Yep. Yeah, so Baswamdi then goes directly to the Winter Queen and asks for help. Only for his boss to show up and chastise him directly in front of her, causing all of Ardenweald to take action.
Oh shit, okay.
Yep. And they eventually deal with the undead invading Ardenweald, and then go to the other side.
The other side, yes, they call it the other side. I love it.
It's a dungeon, so it's something you actually you have to go in with people for.
I'm telling you, I would say out of all the races, I would say besides for the Alliance, Worgen is easily my favorite. I would say for the Horde, it is a toss-up between Tauren and Trolls, as far as my favorite race goes.
Normal trolls are Zandalari trolls, because they actually count as two different races.
Zandalar are the ones that came in for Battle of Azeroth, right?
Well, they've been like an ongoing villain until then.
Oh yeah, no. I'm talking about OG trolls, like my man Vol'jin.
Yep. Okay. Yep. So once the Mawwalker is tasked to go into the far reaches throughout the other side to collect Baswamdi's deals and return his power. So they find the power is given to dealer Xeraxa, who uses the power to travel through space.
Okay.
So we literally go to like another planet to kick his ass for the power. We end up finding Hakar had to deal with Baswamdi, and he just got revived, and that's why he was missing.
Right.
And he refused to give the power back, so we killed him with food poisoning and stabbings again.
Jesus, that man can't catch a break.
No, that.
To be fair, he deserves it, but
yeah, because this is like the fourth time we did this to him. And the final bit of power was given to the Mana Storms.
Right.
Both Millhouse and Maleficent, who both took the deal in secret from each other to use it for experimentation.
Oh, goody.
Yeah, so literally throughout the fight, they're yelling at each other for keeping secrets.
I love it.
Yep, and that picture is Baswamdi's boss.
Oh! This is the boss man.
Yep.
What's his name?
Bazala.
I'm sorry, Sazala?
Muazala. Next panel has the spelling.
Okay. Muazala.
Yep,
okay.
Muazala. Yep, turns out he was working with the jailer to gather more souls for the Maw.
Damn it! Of course.
We also learned from him that he was the one that took Odin's eye in trade for allowing him to see into the Maw to allow him to discover the Valkyr and how to create them, as they are actually creations of the jailer.
Of course they are.
And now that the jailer uses the eye in trade to keep watch over the Maw, as well as secure Helya as an ally with the jailer after she was freed from Odin.
Oh, God. Okay.
You're seeing a trend here on why people really are not really fond of the jailer here.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Like, he's got his fingers in too many pots. And it does not make sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just... Like, why did he lose? Why did he lose? There was no rational reason for him to have lost. Because we know he lost. We know he lost by simple virtue of the fact that the world keeps on turning. Sorry.
Yeah. Yep.
So stupid. Anyway.
And then we find out that the Night Warrior blessing that Tyrande made in Battle for Azeroth is actually a curse that's going to kill her.
Of course
and if we don't and will if we don't save her from her rage.
Oh, goody.
And this part is kind of contentious because it gets really awkward. We get them because this part also gets joked on because of how stupid it was.
Right.
So we proceed to save her from the curse with the help of two men who also have the curse, who also happen to be gay lovers.
What?
Yeah, so these two guys in Ardenweald who are dead are just gay elf lovers who one of them happened to have the curse, and through their love for each other or something, I completely spaced out at this point in the quest because this was clearly shoehorned in just for the representation points. Because, again, this was, like, during the whole controversy with Blizzard.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so clearly it was shoehorned in just to try to get brownie points. To be like, see, we have gay people.
God damn it, Blizzard.
Yeah. So it's not a well-written point, but it's something that we have to go over because it's a major plot point.
Right. Okay.
So then we leave the Shadowlands and visit Alexstrasza.
Who is the leader of the Red Dragonflight, right?
Yep, and also is Yrsa's sister.
Nice.
Yeah, they're sisters.
Oh, do we get to give her something?
Yep.
Aww.
Well, kind of. She actually gives us a gift to give to Yrsa. After we tell her about what's going on.
Oh, that's dope.
Yep.
That's amazing. That's good shit.
Yeah. And then the Drust and assault Ardenweald again. And their power spreads like a zombie virus, causing those who follow them to spread it further.
Oh, goody.
Which is weird and makes no sense. But it happens.
I mean, to be fair, it's not the most problematic thing that this expansion has come out with, so...
And then we team up with High Mountain to fight back some random creatures that have been causing problems in Ardenweald, who have been devouring too much Anba. Which High Mountain just happens to be like the creator of the High Mountain tribe, and also played a big part in the War of the Ancients, defending off demons elsewhere, single-handedly.
Right.
Like, we're talking about, like, one swing of a spear killing, like, 20 demons. Shits.
Right. Okay.
So, straight up war hero Torn.
Right. Okay.
Yep. Then we get back to Baswandi.
Yeah.
Who has us return to his necropolis in BFA area. Because death is just not really much of an issue. We can go back and forth as long as you're still alive. You just can't leave if you're dead.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so we go to his necropolis, where we interrogate Muzala. To make the interrogation even more special, we even summon Vol'jin, who then gets called a fussy pants by Baswandi.
Okay.
Yeah, fussy pants man. That is actually something that had the voice actors say.
Oh my god.
And then this is when we learn that Muzala used Vol'jin to make Sylvanas the war chief by order of the jailer.
Of course. Ah.
The Mawlker and Vol'jin go into the Maw to rescue more missing Loa and the Wild Gods, because Muzala ended up pushing them into the Maw and all sorts of other shit. But we weren't able to rescue Razan in time as he perishes in the Maw, never to return again.
Who is Razan?
The Low of the King, the T-Rex one.
No shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
So he's just gone.
Oh shit.
After returning to Ardenweald, the Winter Queen take the Loa and the Wild Gods to start their reincarnation, and gives the same offer to Vol'jin.
Huh, okay.
Yep, giving him a chance to reincarnate back into the world of the living as well. Yep, and then afterwards, if you actually look around, Baswandi is found looking over Vol'jin's wild seed and mentions that Razan and the Winter Queens are tricky ones.
We might have a new Loa on the way.
Yep.
I love it.
So it's implying that Vol'jin will become the new Loa of Kings.
That's dope, though. That's what my man deserves.
Yeah, because everyone was pissed that Vol'jin just kind of got screwed out of her and did nothing for the entirety of his war chief.
But absolutely. But, like, The other cool thing is that we never really got introduced to Vol'jin until I want to say it was Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne, right? In the founding of Durotar
No,
mission,
I think
right?
there are some missions where we ended up helping him because they kind of moved. They kind of were there for a little bit towards the end of the Orc campaign. I thought. No, there's some point where they had to be
Maybe.
brought up.
I'll have to double check, but
Yeah.
anyway.
Yep. So then, all-out war with the Drust happens. It goes poorly until Yrsa intervenes.
Right.
She has not enough, and the Winter Queen uses a ritual to expel most of the Drust out of Ardenweald, and the Mawwalker finishes off the leader of the Drust.
Okay.
And that's the Night Fae campaign.
Now, are these campaigns all done one after the other, or is this based on a faction that you choose?
It's based on whichever faction you choose, and that character can only do one of these.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes
Like
sense.
later they made it so you can switch factions and do the other storylines, but then you lose all progress on the one that you left.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
It's a really stupid thing that kind of happened that went through.
I get it, but at the same time, I get it, but also at the same time, I get it.
It also didn't help that if you're one of those people who go after all possible rewards, you would have to go through 12 different campaigns.
Jesus, that's so much shit.
Yeah, because it's like, but with the current changes that are happening in the next expansion, it's at least being cut down to 4 times. So 1 for each.
Okay.
Because you have to do each one 4 times for the different armor types to unlock them for transmog.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. So for the Kyrian campaign, the Mawwalker joins the Kyrians and goes to Bastion. They start training to prepare for what's to come, as the Mawwalker is joined by Pelagos, as pictured there.
Okay.
They discover that several Kyrian have rebelled and became Forsworn.
Forsworn.
Yep.
Forsworn. Why does that sound familiar?
Pretty much just the people who are like, the path is flawed, and
Okay, gotcha.
the ones that are like, no, we should remember our lives. We're just damning people to the Maw. Why are you doing this?
Right.
Yep. So the Mawwalker gets to watch them take a soul from Azeroth as they relive the last moments of their lives. As apparently that's something Kyrians just do.
Right.
Which we meet Ben Howell, who died
Okay.
defending his family from the now out-of-control Scourge.
Oh shit. Okay.
Because, yeah, the Helm of Domination is gone. All the undead are just running wild in Azeroth this whole time.
Oh goody.
Yeah. Yep. Which then, after this, Ben is just thrown directly into the Maw. Because the Arbiter is still
shit,
not
okay.
functioning, and all souls are just being sent to there by default because of it.
And the Arbiter is the head angel lady that we saw, right?
No, that's the Archon. The Arbiter is like the robot that
Oh,
got put
right,
up
right,
that
right.
sorts the souls to
Oh,
where
yeah,
they need to
yeah,
go
yeah,
when they
yeah.
die. That got broke
Yeah.
by Argus.
Okay.
Yeah, the Archon's the big angel lady.
Got it. Okay.
They then ask the Archon why they keep collecting souls if they're just going to go to the Maw, and they're just told they're doing their job regardless of the outcome.
Oh god.
Yeah. The Forsworn then come out and attack the Archon, stating that they're not willing to just damn souls unjustly. And
Right.
the attack is led by Devos and Uther.
Woohoo! My boy Uther.
Yep. Devos dies in the counterattack, but the Crest of Ascension's damage, and now preventing more forces to be made for the Kyrian.
Okay.
In response, the Mawwalker builds golems to repair the crest, and now they need to make new power sources for it.
Right.
So then they go to Maldraxxus to help with attacking the House of Flesh to stop the forces from helping the Jailer and the Forsworn. Then we go to Rivendreth with Pelagos and Kelia to
Right.
find the Seal of Contrition, so that it can
Okay.
be used to cleanse the sins of something that they use to cleanse the sins of those that are going to ascend.
Right. Okay.
Pelagos, then disguised as a Venthyr, was able to convince the guards to leave by threatening their wine.
Eh?
Yeah, this just happens. The plan fails as the Countess finds them, and they just end up talking it out, and she points the groups to where the seal is.
Okay.
Yep. The Mawwalker and two Kyrian wander through the most dangerous part of Rivendreth. Direct sunlight.
Right.
And they find the seal after killing one guard.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
I mean, the direct sunlight's no problem for them, because...
Right.
They then go out and find out from a spy that Uther is being sent to attack and break the seal when he gets the chance.
Okay.
So Pelagos and the Mawwalker go to Ardenweald to speak with the Winter Queen about creating a new crest of ascension, and then Willow Blossom accompanies them in preparing a new vessel. Because apparently only Ardenweald can actually create the new seal.
Okay.
The Mawwalker helps with some issues around, including fighting Willow Blossom's pet grub, helping out in a play reenactment of the burning of Teldrassil, as well as pulling a prank on Moonberry.
Okay.
Yep.
Get pranked, bro. Jesus.
Yep. When collecting the last part of the vessel, the Grom overran the area, and the Mawwalker had to kill them to settle down the chaos in the area.
Okay.
With the preparations to create the new crest complete, Willow Blossom gets ready to sacrifice herself to become the new crest.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Took a turn there, didn't it?
Little bit.
Pelagos objects, claiming that there needs to be another way, as when he's told there isn't. All he can do is thank Willow Blossom for what she's going to do. And Pelagos ends up adopting her pet grub.
Aww.
Yep. The Forsworn attacks. That got autocorrected to Forsword.
Or Sword.
Yep.
Sword.
The Forsworn attack and use the pride of the new Kyrians to bolster their own forces as they attack the training grounds. Because pride's a sin, so they can't have pride. If you get too much pride, they can just abduct you into the Forsworn, apparently.
What?
Yeah, so apparently, like, they need to be, like, virtuous in every regard possible, so any of the deadly sins can be used against you to make you fall from grace. And they took, like, the new recruits who haven't been cleansed yet, and just using any of the sins possible to bolster their own forces instead of the good Kyrian forces.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Yep. So the leader of the fence forgets his sword when he charged in. So the Mawwalker uses Anima to charge up Compassion, the Sword of Humility, to use himself.
Okay.
Lasonia, who is now the current commander of the Forsworn, commands Uther to torture the commander to break him, even if it kills him. And Uther does.
Oh. Damn it.
Like, it shows that he has second thoughts of doing it, but he just does it.
Right. Okay.
The Maw power starts to spew into the area as the Mawwalker breaks animal collectors that are causing the Maw to spew in.
Okay.
Helia shows up and calls them back as they're told to return, and Uther only mentions that he sees only darkness. Mirroring Arthas's final words.
Oh, shit.
Kelia and the Mawwalker go to the Maw to chase after them as they take Compassion with them.
Okay.
Okay, that's a weird typo. They begin to rescue some of the Forsworn, as most of them did not know the jailer is the true leader of the Forsworn.
God damn it.
Uther, horrified at what is truly happening, now knowing that his soul has been tainted by the Maw from Frostmourne and is being used to fuel Lasonia's, ends up being used as fuel to create Lasonia's transformation at order of Helia.
Oh, god damn it.
Yep. Uther is rescued and goes into solitude to think about what's happened and ends up just kind of leaves for a while.
Okay.
Because he really needs to contemplate on what happened. The Mawwalker gathers all the forces the Kyrian have to now push for a counterattack and assist Pelagos with his trial in the middle of this for some reason.
Right.
Because the trial is the only thing that keeps Pelagos from becoming like a full-blown Kyrian angel.
Right.
He eventually finishes. The Kyrian counterattack works, but we left the Archon completely undefended for some reason, so they just go around our attack and attack her directly.
Right.
The battle starts, and we're losing until Uther arrives and helps the Maw-Walker.
Woohoo!
Yep. At the end, Uther's put into custody, and the Paragon of Wisdom... Uther is put into custody of the Paragon of Wisdom to understand what happened to him fully. Uther mentions that the only moment of his life he can remember is the moment of his death. And he regrets what he did to Arthas by sending him into the Maw.
You know what? Good for him.
Yep.
Good character development.
Even quoting a direct quote saying, "It was not justice, it was vengeance."
Jesus.
Yep. So, what are you thinking about the campaign so far? Now we got 3 out of 4 done.
How did the jailer lose? Like, that's what's going on in my head. How did the jailer fucking lose? Like, at this point, I'm just pissed that the game didn't end here and there, because there's no reason he should have lost. There's no fucking reason. He had so many fingers in so many fucking pies. Like, what the fuck? Like, am I an asshole for thinking that?
No.
Like,
I mean, it's even
fuck?
weirder when you think about it that he intended on Arthas losing as the Lich King just so that the Helm of Domination could be broken at some point to open the portal to the afterlife.
Jesus.
Yeah, so now the Venthyr campaign.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at as far as that shit goes. Venthyr is
Rivendreth, the vampire people who torture people's sins for anima.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah. So the Maw-Walker joins the Venthyr to help the prince obtain the Pendants of Sin so he can overthrow his father and protect Rivendreth.
Okay.
The Maw-Walker collects some souls and rescues them from Denathrius, and then returns them to be tortured for anima.
Jesus. Okay.
I mean, this is basically the lawful evil faction.
Yeah, no, I get it. I understand the premise, but it's still funny to think about.
And it's also funny to think about that Garrosh is here being tortured endlessly for anima.
Yeah. Sucks for him.
Well, what do you think about him actually getting sent here instead of the Maw?
I think it's questionable. But, to be honest, it's not the only questionable thing.
Yeah, so the Maw-Walker disguises as a servant to get into a party to give invites to the pendant owners for a meeting with the prince. They arrive and refuse his offer to join forces with them against his father. And then our ally Theotar says, "Why don't we just steal them?"
I love it. I love it.
Yep. And there's a picture of Theotar.
Oh, god damn! He's a cranky-looking motherfucker.
He actually got thrown in direct sunlight.
Oh!
So he's also kind of cuckoo up there.
Got it. Okay.
Yep, so Theotar asked the Maw-Walker to just break into his old house that he's been kicked out of, and his butler lets the Maw-Walker in.
Oh, okay.
Using his mirror, the Maw-Walker breaks into the Countess' estate where she is already waiting for them.
Qua?
Venthyr, the big thing with Venthyr is mirrors are also portals, like a two-way portal. So this mirror goes to this mirror and you can walk through it to go between the two.
Oh, that's clever. Oh, that's fun.
Yep.
Because it's playing on the whole vampire thing in mirrors. Oh, that's fucking clever. Okay, continue.
Yep. Yeah, so she sits down the Maw-Walker, makes them eat good food, and offers the Medallion of Desires if we do what she asks. So we find out she's being targeted by her companions for being a mortal sympathizer. And now we kill her enemies by throwing a party and inviting all of them. Venthyr are unable to lie at parties. So the Maw-Walker questions them about how well they're enjoying the party and what they think about her.
Okay.
To suss out who the potential enemy is. You can pick any of them because they all hate her.
Okay.
Yeah. So after getting the desire, the Maw-Walker tries to get the Medallion of Avarice and talks to the Curator, who was rescued from Torghast from the leveling part.
Right.
After causing a jail riot in the crypts, the Mawker found a traitor who turned in the curator and was able to collect mirror shards of a mirror that the medallion was thrown through so that they could collect the medallion of avarice. Just kind of a whole bunch of stuff happens at once right there.
Right. Okay.
Yep. The Mawwalker, Theotar, and General Draven, who's like a big-ass gargoyle, goes to Bastion and uses their forge to make an infinity gauntlet of sin. But it's actually a crown.
Huh. Okay.
Yep. They fixed the forge that Denathrius broke earlier to make it. But then the medallions are somehow still loyal to him.
Okay.
Because the medallions apparently have a will. So they bring out the medallion's loyalty of Denathrius and kill it.
What?
Yeah, there's literally no other way of saying it.
They brought out the loyalty from an innate... Okay.
Yeah. That's literally what happens.
Okay. Okay, next.
The Mawwalker and the Accuser then try to purge Kalthos of his sins to use him as a new ally and use all the anima they bring out to create new stone-forged forces to use as an army.
Okay.
The Mawwalker is tasked with pointing out what sins he has. He also believes that, and just as a note, if you actually question him about Arthas, he'll be like, I was better than Arthas in every way, you know it.
I take offense to that, sir. I take full offense to that.
Well, it's also pointing out like how much pride he has.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so they purge the sins out of Kalthos, get a shit ton of anima to create new Stoneborn for the Sinfall army. The Mawwalker and Kalthos investigate the Maldraxxus invasion that's happening as they are fighting amongst themselves. They help the House of the Chosen to fend off the House of Rituals. And then Draka shows up with her pet Cerberus.
Okay.
Yep, and the Mawwalker steals anima from the rich to give to those who have stolen from, and then we eventually find...
Kel'Thuzad. Okay.
Because remember, this is happening at the same time, so it's literally the same plot point.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And the rest of it is kind of mostly the same at this point.
Right.
So Kalthos and the Mawwalker work to find Kel'Thuzad after he ran away. They go to Maldraxxus to find him fighting the Necrolords during the fight. They free Margrave Sindane, and the jailer takes Kel'Thuzad away. The prince establishes a court that will share the power of the Infinity Crown of Sin as a replacement for his dead father.
Okay.
Because I didn't know this at first, but the raid that I thought happened at the end of these campaigns happens like after chapter 3 out of 8. So this happens in the middle of the Covenant campaigns.
Okay.
Yeah. I swear to God, I thought this happened afterwards.
It's a pretty background, though.
Yeah, this is the loading screen for the raid.
Castle Nathara?
Castle Natharia.
Natharia. Okay.
Yep. A joint effort assaults the castle to attack Denathrius. Kel'Thos is found and rather than having his sins removed for anima, they're pouring more sins into him to turn into a weapon/battery. Because apparently that's something they can do.
Okay.
Yeah, this is actually
Hold on. That third fucking line. What?
Yep. There is a fight where you literally have to dance multiple times in the middle of the fight or die. And they even tell you what you need to do to dance.
I'm very conflicted about that one, because on the one hand, it's very stupid, but on the other hand, it's stupid in a good way. It's very Blizzard and on brand, and I love it.
Yeah, and that's great because they're like, boogie down, sashay left, prance right. And stuff like that.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Blizzard. Like...
It is a hard fight.
And that's really cool. Like, I'm going to say this again, and I'm probably going to say this repeatedly throughout the Shadowlands. There's so many cool and fun and quirky ideas, Blizzard. What the fuck happened?
Dude, if you actually get into Warcraft, we could literally do a stream of just going through the dungeons and raids and look through the dungeon journals because they actually do have a short history synopsis for every boss that you can actually read through in-game.
Fuck, dude. I just... Okay.
Yep. So eventually, we find Denathrius, and are able to use the power of a dead Naru, because Narus have souls and get sent to the Shadowlands as well when they die.
Right.
That the Venthyr had stored away that we used to trap him within his living sword, Remoria.
Oh.
And it's also an in-joke that Denathrius' only love was Remoria, as they actually love each other very much.
Oh.
Oh yeah, here's a picture of the Kel'Thas fight. Like, the art rendition of it.
Okay, that's actually dope.
Yeah, you actually end the fight by fully healing him.
See, chat, this is why I want to be a concept artist. This shit right here, motherfucker, is dope. I want to be the one responsible for this shit. That's what I want to do.
Yep. I just saw this and had to throw it in there for you.
For sure. Alright.
And
here's
this is actually an important plot point too.
Was that fucking Arthas?
No.
Okay.
Wait,
that
are you
wasn't
saying
Arthas.
or what?
Hang on. So that was obviously Anduin.
Yep.
Being possessed by something.
Yeah, the jailer. As they turned his sword into essentially a new Frostmourne.
Which, top tier design, by the way. Love that look. Love the design.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So how'd you like that cinematic?
That, like much of the Shadowlands, it's either incredibly good or incredibly bad. This was incredibly good.
It's also incredibly stupid.
Yes.
Because everyone knew Anduin was in the hands of the jailer and had not been rescued, and yet they literally bring him up as like, hello, here's the present. We'll leave you alone in a room with them with a weapon.
Yeah.
So essentially, the jailer's collecting sigils that each of the leaders has. And he only needs 3 more, because Denathrius already gave him 1.
Right.
So the jailer is using his now strengthened powers to pull a secret hidden between realm or dimension zone of Korthia into the Maw. So he can steal its secrets and use for himself. That just becomes like a big circle chase of we're always one step behind him in what he does, and we barely learn what he's even doing.
Right.
Then he also invades Ardenweald and steals the Winter Queen's sigil.
Okay.
Yeah, like that's literally it. It's just he just shows up and takes it, and there's nothing we could do to stop it because the Winter Queen just put it in a very obvious hiding spot.
God,
and sent everyone away from it to defend the Wild Seeds. And
what
is a very obvious ploy. Everyone rushes to Korthia to stop the jailer, but we're always one step behind. And we discover that the jailer had spies in every covenant who have been feeding him all the information he needed. And these spies are also in the living world as well.
Why did the jailer lose? Why did he lose?
And the next panel has a picture of his spies.
I swear to fucking God. God! Of course they are. Of course they are. God, that's so stupid and contrived. Fuck!
Now do you see? You're slowly seeing why everyone hates this expansion slowly. So these guys aren't demons. They're undead. They're not even. They didn't even live. They came from the afterlife. And these guys manipulated Sargeras for the jailer.
I just...
Like, there is no way I could tell you this information outright with you believing me without all this stupid buildup, right?
No, you're not wrong. God damn it, Blizzard.
Yep. The Nathrezim return to serve their master, the jailer, in the open now. And it's revealed every single thing was with the jailer's plan from the beginning.
No,
meaning Arthas
no,
was manipulating
no.
everything he did, never made any decision without the jailer pushing him into it in some fashion.
God damn it.
In order to find out more information, the Mawker finds a bundle of tangled memories covered in rune magic, sealing it away. So they take it to the rune carver to look into it, and discover it's the rune carver's own memories. It also held the sigil of the Primus.
Of course. Okay.
So the rune carver, who is in the prison of the jailer, turns out to be the Primus, who then remembers everything, and the sigil's just floating there in the jailer's prison. So the jailer just shows up and takes it and lets us leave.
Why did he lose? Why did he lose? I'm more mad that this jailer man is defeated. I am more upset by that than anything else. Can you fucking believe that, Zealotjohn? That's what upsets me the fucking most? Because do you realize the number of fictional villains who would have given every single part of their body to have a plan as well constructed as this? That they have spies in every fucking corner? That they have fucking demons that are not actually demons? They're just undead? Fuck, dude.
Just also add the fact that how long-running this plan is. Because this is essentially like ever since the Burning Legion was a thing, his plan has been in motion.
No! No! Damn it, no!
Yeah, this is like the one expansion that just fucking ruins everything and everyone just agrees to ignore it.
We don't go to the Shadowlands. 'Tis a silly place.
Yep, oh, and here's a picture of the Primus.
Oh, Lord, of course there is. See, that's a cool-ass fucking design!
Yeah, this is the leader of Maldraxxus, that one who actually leads everyone.
It's a demon man with horns and a beard. I like it. I like the bone armor. I like the design. I like the color scheme. I like the runes.
Yep. Like, there's cool things in here. It's just surrounded by piles of
so
horseshit.
much cool shit. There's so much cool shit, and it makes me angry. It makes me so upset, Blizzard. I want to love Warcraft, and you just retconned it in the worst fucking way possible. Like, whoever came up with these ideas, whoever did that, I just... Alright, continue.
The Covenant start to create replacement sigils in case their plan fails so they can keep chasing the jailer.
Okay.
The Winter Queen asks her sister Elune and has her stabilize...
Of course she's her sister.
Yeah.
Of course she's her sister. Moving on.
Yep, to stabilize the
Why
Night Warrior's
not? Why
curse
the fuck
and
not?
is no at risk. This literally comes out of nowhere and leaves just as fast. And we don't even see Elune either. She just kind of shows up as a magical floating voice and just fucks off immediately after.
Because of course. Because of fucking course. Why not? Why the fuck not? Who cares?
Yep.
Who cares about the lore? It's not like they've spent, a literal fucking decade plus making it. Who gives a shit? It's 2 decades of lore. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, and, like, I've already stopped playing the game at this point because of just how bad this got. Like, literally, I stopped playing at the end of Castlotharia.
Promise me that Dragonflight makes this better, please.
Oh, Dragonflight's fucking amazing.
Oh, is it really?
Yes, it
is
is.
it really? Oh, don't Don't say that and don't mean it,
No,
Zealotjohn. I'm a
I
weak
actually
and
mean it.
fragile
It
man.
is actually like everyone loves it. It
Okay.
does so many
Okay.
things right.
Okay.
Alright, so
I
everyone charges
just,
into the Sanctum of Domination to assault the jailer.
as he rightly deserves.
And
That's a
it just,
fucking cool design.
yeah. And it's just kind of weird in saying it out loud about everyone goes to the Sanctum of Domination to assault the jailer. It just sounds wrong.
Ah, God.
Okay, so the raid starts in with charging in and killing a large section of the jailer loyal assistants. They manage to direct. How did that get changed to dictionary?
I don't know,
That's
dude.
supposed to be destroy. They destroy the eye of the jailer. The eye the jailer took from Odin, taking his total observation of the maw away.
Okay.
They finally destroy the phylactery of Kel'Thuzad and killed him for the final time, as it was shown that he was holding back the whole time as ordered by the jailer so that the heroes could progressively win against him.
No, no, hold on. I want to bring up something else. This completely detracts from Warcraft 3 lore as well, because as I mentioned before, Kel'Thuzad is talking all that shit about the fucking Dreadlords, but they were in cahoots with them the whole time. Fuck you, Blizzard. God fucking damn it.
Yep.
Oh, God, this hurts. This fucking hurts
know,
me,
right?
dude.
It doesn't
You
help
don't
later because later we actually see a bunch of Dreadlords who, there's points where it actually shows how little they were paying attention to what they were writing. As there's a raid boss in later on where it's like two Dreadlords and they're like constantly changing, making fun of the heroes, being like, "Yeah, how is this guy?" Transforms into different NPCs. And two of the NPCs they change into canonically killed the Dreadlord transforming into them. So they really were not paying attention.
They either weren't paying attention or they didn't care or they were threatened to lose their jobs if they didn't do it. And it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and here's the last paragraph here. They even come across the remains of Ner'zhul's soul, in case of new armor defending the jailer, and destroy it as well.
Because of fucking course. Why the fuck not?
Next panel
Why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? Let's make him a sword while we're at it.
Yep. And there's Ner'zhul's picture.
Oh, my boy. Look how they massacred my boy. God. Zealot, this hurts. This fucking hurts me, dude. You have to understand something, chat. I grew up with Warcraft 3, alright? It was one of the games that I played when I was in high school, and it got me through some really dark shit, alright? I have no qualms about saying that out loud, because I'm different now. I've been a different person since then. But look how they massacred my boy! God.
There is also one other thing I forgot to put in here for this raid.
Oh, what did you forget?
This is actually a point that people actually like.
Okay.
So there is actually a boss, because after Castle Netharia, Garash's soul got brought here so they could keep torturing him for more anima.
Right.
And there's literally a fight where one of the bosses is his torturer. So while we're fighting him, he's constantly torturing Garash to get more powerful because he can just eat the anima directly. And the fight ends with Garash just getting so pissed off that we're not doing enough that he breaks free, screams that he does not regret jack fucking shit of what he has ever done. He's proud of it all, will do it again, screams for the Horde, runs into the guy torturing him, and uses all of his power, all the anima from his sins to blow himself up, taking the torturer guy with him.
Fuck it. I'm so indifferent right now that I can't even get excited about that, as cool as that sounds. Like, please tell me we're almost done with Shadowlands, dude.
We still have one more patch.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah. So the raid
Alright.
eventually reaches Sylvanas Windrunner. Fight happens, and we capture her alive. But the jailer's plan succeeds. He expanded the maw again, and now it has consumed Oribos.
And who's Oribos again?
The Nexus place that connects to all the Afterlives,
Got it. Okay.
where the Arbiter is.
Okay.
They return to find the jailer already there waiting for them.
Okay.
And cinematic where we actually have to watch.
All right. I'm gonna mute this again, everyone.
And I think we got
But,
two
we'll
cinematics
be
in a
right
row
back.
here.
Yeah, but we'll be right back, guys. Did she just get her soul back?
Kind of. Because turns out her soul got fractured into two pieces.
Right.
Her evil half and her good half. And he gave her back the good half, the one that actually can feel remorse and compassion.
Oh, goody.
And he just did that
Okay,
after all
okay,
the
hang
shit
on.
she did.
Okay, hang on. This may not be bad. I'm hyping myself up, sure, but this could actually be good. This could actually be good. This could lead to some last minute, very, very fucking last minute character development. So I am going to be indifferent about it until the next cinematic.
Yeah, because the next cinematic is literally the aftermath of her getting her soul back.
Alright, let's watch it. Let's rip the band-aid off. Hot take, potentially.
Yeah.
I actually really fucking enjoyed that.
It is really good.
Like, I don't want to say that it's made up for how Sylvanas has been, but I gotta say that they could have done a lot worse with her starting on the path to redemption.
Yeah. I actually did not see that cinematic until I actually came across it making the slideshow.
Really? So this has maybe changed your opinion on her a little bit too.
It does help, but it doesn't really solve much.
Right, it doesn't fix the problems, but it definitely does her a lot more justice than she's been getting up until this point.
All right, you got the audio back on?
Yeah, audio is back on.
All right. Because we got a good ways from now before another cinematic.
Yeah, but like, that's everyone. I cannot stress, and I think something that we might want to do, just as a suggestion for the YouTube video when you publish it, link the videos so that way people can go check them out.
Oh, I already planned on that.
Oh, perfect. Just because I will say, as stupid and as half-brained as a lot of Blizzard stuff has been, the one thing they know how to do is make a fucking cinematic. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. With Uther just talking to her in her soul, like, oh, it's good shit. I love it. Sorry. This is why I fucking love Warcraft, dude. This is Warcraft. This is fucking Warcraft right here, man. Anyway, sorry. Continue.
Right. So the Primus gets to work on finding/creating a new key of the Arbiter to chase Zolval.
Right.
Okay, what do you think about his armor?
Not gonna lie, I don't hate it. I think it doesn't fix the problems with his character overall, but I think it's a pretty dope design.
It's better than seeing his nipples every time.
Yes, and I think I think that should have been what his form always was. Like I thought that form was more intimidating than half nipple man.
You wanna know what's crazy?
What's crazy?
Okay, so he was originally the Arbiter, the guy who sorted the souls.
Right.
That's what he looked like when he was sorting the souls.
Now, see, that fucking makes sense. When your soul is being judged, you expect that motherfucker looking down on you, right? It's like, you shall be judged.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, I'm in trouble.
Yep.
Oh, we got another one here.
Yeah, we can skip that one as it's mostly just to show off the where we chase the jailer to, unless you really want to see that.
Also, is Thrall's voice actor the same one who does the jailers?
I don't know.
Because they sound very similar. But, like, I think ultimately, you know what, I'll talk about my feelings about Shadowlands when we reach the end of it. because I think I've made plenty of mentions on how I feel in the here and now, but I think summarizing it is called for, especially with this expansion. So I'll do that when we get to the end here.
Okay.
Um,
Alright, so we end up Sylvanas wakes up, and we're able to open a portal to Zereth Mortis and go to where everyone can go there to stop, with everyone to stop the jailer. And Zereth Mortis is the land of the first ones.
Oh shit, okay.
Essentially the beings that just created creation.
They created the Titans, they created everything.
Yeah, like, we're talking about, like, if there was a god, it would be the first ones.
Gotcha, okay.
Because the first ones even created Zolval and all of them. They created the afterlife. They created life. It is essentially the spark of everything.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which was actually a pretty nice place to explore when I actually came back at the very end of Shadowlands with a few friends just to dick around.
Right.
Yeah, so... And we find that he has already deciphered the language of the first ones and is working on his ultimate plan. And we get help from a new robot friend named Puckapok.
Aw, that's adorable sounding.
Yeah, it was the little robot thing, that little robot ball.
Okay.
Yep. And then we find a robotic oracle left behind by the first one's name. I don't know how to say her name. Caesura, who is able to help us build a new arbiter, but it needs a new soul. And Pelagos offers himself up to become the new arbiter.
Of course he does.
Yep. And there's a picture of the robot from the first ones.
It's a robot.
Yep.
Alright.
Yep. Next panel is probably going to piss you off. In order to fight the jailer, the Primus reforged the Helm of Domination into the new Crown of Wills.
Okay.
To be used to combat the jailer and prevent him from dominating others. And that's a picture of the Crown of Wills, reforged from the Helm of Domination.
Right.
That's the part that normally pisses everyone off.
I mean, it's whatever at this point.
Yeah. Uther convinces Jane to trust Sylvanas.
It's an okay design. It's not breathtaking, but it's not, like, abhorrently offensive to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
but it's kind of weird to go from the Helm of Domination to that.
Yeah, it is a little bit, but like I said, that personally just doesn't bother me as much as everything else. So.
Yeah, but you're also kind of going through all this all at once versus over the course of 2 years.
Yeah. I'm dealing with whiplash. Holy shit. I'm dealing with so much whiplash right now. Alright.
Okay, this cinematic we do need to watch. We do need to watch this cinematic, because this is halfway through the raid. Which they ended up breaking up into 2 different things, so you had to wait months to go into the second half.
Right. Alright, audio off now. Alright, that was a pretty dope. Oh, God, I'm conflicted. I would have loved to have a monologue. I would love to have had a dialogue between Arthas and Jaina at the very end, but bruh, that's
Yeah.
I'm conflicted, but it's not like in an overly bad way. I respect how they did it. I think I myself might have done it a little differently had I been in charge of the direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that cinematic also brings up a lot of weird questions a bit.
Yeah, and
primarily about Saurfang and Varian there. Like,
I thought that was pretty cool.
No,
personally.
no. Here's the question: like, where the hell did they come from? We're in the afterlife, so
you're not wrong.
Yeah,
I kind of overlooked
things,
that.
Once you think about it, what the hell's going on here?
I chose not to think about it too hard because I thought that was still a pretty cool moment.
It is,
but I see what you're saying as well.
Yeah. Okay. So we end up confronting the jailer at the heart of eternity, where reality itself can be rewritten as one sees fit.
Because of course it can. Because of course.
Okay, and we have one last video here.
And
And
this
this is a
is
Captain Grimm video for the
okay.
ending of Shadowlands.
Yeah. So for the Captain Grimm videos, unless I end up getting kind of the automatic thing done, we're going to leave the audio up for these because it's not official content. And if YouTube allows it, I don't see why Twitch wouldn't allow it. But
Yeah, and just as a... And before we do this,
yeah.
we're going to do a before and after of your personal takes on this. So, what is your opinion so far for Shadowlands and all of this?
Do we have any more like story to go over before this, or
We do have a bit more, and it's all like wrapping up stuff.
because I'm conflicted because I know I want to go over my feelings on it because my opinion when we initially started, in the middle of it, and then at the end have all been three drastically different opinions.
Yeah, this video is going to actually drastically differ again because literally this video is going to go over the whole reason the jailers did this shit, and and is very, very fucking contentious.
Right. I think initially when I started, the premise of Shadowlands that you told me was dope. I thought, like, you know what, they would have to try really hard to fuck this up. And then in the middle, oh lord, they tried to fuck it up. And then at the end, I can see where they're kind of salvaging it, but it's a situation of too little too late, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's all I'm going to say about it for now, because I have a very specific thing I want to say about Shadowlands, personally. And it might be a bit of a hot take. So. But, let's play the video.
Alright.
Damn it.
There it is.
Alright. Out with it.
Yeah. Now go do it. Just do it.
Fuck. I just... God damn it, Blizzard.
You really thought it could not get worse.
I was holding on to hope, my guy. I was holding on to the barest of hopes. Oh, God. He really was just trying to protect us, of course. Of course he was.
And he literally told no one. And gave us every reason not to trust him.
Yeah. I just...
I told you that one detail would fuck shit up even further.
Well,
So your feelings now.
I just... I'm so disappointed. Because... I think what upsets me the most is that this DLC had the potential to be one of the best. Based on the lore that's introduced, based on the arcs that happen, all of that, right?
Yep.
And my hot take is that it could have been the best. Out of Lords of Draenor, out of fucking... Fuck, what's another one? Like, even with the minor flaws that Cataclysm or Mists of Pandaria had, I would argue that it was even a better potential expansion than Battle for Azeroth. But... God... It just... I can't in good conscience say that this was a good expansion. I just can't.
No one
I am
does.
trying so hard to find redeeming qualities to it, and it's just I just can't do it, boss. I can't do it, man. And it
Like,
makes
they
me
could
so
have. I
sad.
mean, even if they just didn't even tell us what his plan was, that would have been better than this.
Right. So what happens in the aftermath?
Okay. So the Winter Queen gives Tyrande the Sister's Tear, a wild seed that contains all the elf souls who died in the burning of Teldrassil that could be found so far from the Maw. And it will be used to grow a new world tree.
Okay,
So
that's
essentially
good.
granting the Night Elves a new home.
Right.
The remnants of the House of Plagues helped the Forsaken remove the plague from Undercity so they could return home as well. Calian
Good shit.
Menethil returns with them and helps form the Desolate Council to guide the Forsaken in Sylvanas' absence.
That tracks.
Sylvanas, now facing punishment, returned to the Maw to rescue every soul she sent there, and will not return until she found all of them.
Good judgment.
Yep.
You know what? That's fair. That's a good ending for her story.
Let's see. And for the first time since the Third War, the first fucking time, there is peace in the world. No world-ending threat. No war to be seen. No war chief to ruin everything. Azeroth stays at peace for 4 years.
Jesus.
Because, just as a side note, every expansion, timeline-wise, has been back to fucking back. Everything since Warcraft 3 has been in the span of 16 years.
That's
I'm talking
crazy,
about the start
dude.
of Warcraft 3, not the end. The start. Picture having gone through all of this in 3 years. Or 16 years.
Jesus.
Like, what that would do to the world and everyone living there. And how unsettling being at peace would be at first.
For real.
Like, you literally would be on edge waiting for who knows fucking what to show up.
Mm-hmm. Ah.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm tapped out, dude.
And we do have one last detail to go over. One that I forgot to put in here.
What is
The
that?
fate of Anduin.
Uh-huh.
After being controlled by the jailer, he also went to the Maw. Because he's basically very conflicted as what he went through has essentially given him some PTSD, as he states that it was horrifying yet somehow oddly thrilling in that control, and he just kind of fucks off and goes soul searching.
Ha! Soul searching in the maw. Ha!
Like, more or less like personal soul searching, not anything like that. So he's
Right,
just,
no. Yeah, I get you.
So he pretty much is just off doing his own thing, and he does not return to Stormwind at all.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So who's in charge?
Tyrallion.
Who is...
Sylvanas' sister's husband. From the Armor
Okay. Okay, cool. Cool.
Yeah, and this literally puts us at the start of Dragonflight. Which I kind of don't have too much started on there, as I'm only literally one panel in.
Right. So we'll call it there.
Yeah. Because that's about
Holy
two.
cow.
Yeah, we're just 4 minutes shy of 6 minutes.
Yeah, we're just on the cusp of 2 hours.
Yeah.
So that's perfect. Holy shit, dude. God. 16 years, and you put that in perspective that there has been cataclysmic event after cataclysmic event after cataclysmic event.
Not to mention Cataclysm.
Oh yeah, no, there was a straight up cataclysm in the middle of all of
Yeah,
it.
because we're looking at Warcraft 3, Warcraft 3 The Frozen Throne, World of Warcraft, Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm, Mists of Pandaria, Warlords of Draenor, Battle for Azeroth, Shadowlands, All of that in 16 years.
Jesus.
Just picture being like a child born like at the start of that, and then when something's finally done, you're just sitting there. Okay, what's next?
Right.
Where's the world-ending threat that's just been my normal life since my existence started?
There's an entire generation of kids who have been born into nothing but cataclysmic events.
Yeah, and they're just sitting there like, is everything okay? There's nothing wrong in the world.
What do we do now?
Yep.
What do we do now? Anyway,
What do I need to fear?
why
Is the
are
grass
none
going
of
to
us
kill me
afraid?
again?
Why are none of us afraid?
Yeah.
Mommy, is it okay to walk around by orcs now? God, I just...
Mommy, the zombie took my ball. He gave it back.
Yes!
What?
Oh, God. That's just so fucking funny. They're just on the seat all the time. On the edge of their seats, but...
And now everyone can relax, and there's just 16-year-olds. Well, actually, no, probably like 18 to 20-year-olds who were used to this, given, like, they wouldn't remember shit from when they were a baby.
Yeah.
So, like, 20-year-olds who are just sitting here. Okay, something's wrong. What's going on? Just literally looking for some world-ending threat, and we got nothing.
Fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.